Hello? 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 Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Where? I posted this 3.1, but technically I have to turn in the last quest, actually, of 3.0. Because we just got out of the cutscenes right on time. So, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm a Reaper. I did pick that up last time we saw that. I was waiting for a queue. So we're rolling right along here. We're now finally the goal job. After long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in the Alliance. Words cannot well express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Eorzea, though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval. With hard work, peace and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must needs be wary of old threats. The lords of Garlemald have not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea, and we shall be forced to contend with them again ere long. And then there's the matter of our comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there is a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice it to say, the path ahead holds no shortage of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. Mount speed in Nidalshire is increased. Yay! Okay. Now we're officially done with 3.0. Food. An uncertain future. Fortuitous timing as always, Cedric. Tataru is about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then? Absolutely. Be pleased to hear that Riel and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flahamine helped me to escape the Crystal Braves and Limsa Minsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Riel, she crept aboard a ship bound for Radzat-Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pros have been found, and in Pearl Lane, of all places. Riel thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They would not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see, and what of Thancred and Mephilia? I'm afraid I've nothing new to share about these two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted services of a Charlene scholar, one of the students of Eldesian, to aid in the search. We should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to a more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objection, Cedric, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith, and mayhap we can meet with the scholar afterwards. Agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Night for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. At the Forgotten Night? Are you that important at the Forgotten Night? Hataru? New chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Yes. What is this? Gods of Eld. There we go. Ah. Thank you for your purchase, sir. The Lord Commander's within. Pray proceed, sir. Okay. Thank you. Bum, 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 bum.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
Oh yeah? What happened?
I quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
The eye patch is kind of ugly, actually.
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities.
That sucks.
Stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely.
Hmm.
Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop.
That sounds like it could be troublesome, though.
Recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
Since, you know, the church lied to everybody for 1,000 years.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I, too, had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited.
Sorry.
I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed.
Very fair.
I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number questioned our methods.
Bunch of self-serving buttholes, probably.
It will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom.
Not their fault, though.
Her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
What a mess.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
True.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
That seems pretty fair.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
Yeah. Guess that's the best we can do, right?
Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core.
It sounds like a bedtime.
For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. while we dared to hope, deep within his lair, the enemy lay, gathering his strength.
Yeah, that's very bad. We have to deal with this before anything else, I think.
His 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph.
Must suck to not be able to close your mouth ever.
As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Man. Man, we're in trouble. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this annexed shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it, yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? Ah, but ere we set forth, Cedric and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Let us go and bid farewell to Tataru. Cedric? Oh, okay. Out of my way. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. Hey, listen. Diplomatic mission annex. We're just telling her out loud in the bar. Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with the Ystrola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but the scholar just happens to be... time permitting, as I said. We shall endeavor to join Ystrola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Cedric. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Okay. Wonder who this person could possibly be. You're ready then? Good, so am I. Okay, food. Food is fun, right? Sure, why not? Oh, I should put eggs on here. What am I missing? Something. Why is this over here? Not you. I can go away. Maybe this can go here. And then we'll... like it'll end up being like this or something? I don't know. Arm's length can go... arm's length isn't going to be used very much. I can go up there. There's some stuff, like, there's some minor things I can do. I gotta do here. BGM, you gotta come down. BGM, you get too loud sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I don't have... really have this somewhere on my bars. It's a very... I don't need to worry about these for a long time anyway, but... whatever. I'll figure it out as I go. Off you know. The path is long but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the western highlands and make for Tailfeather and Dravani. Why can't we just hop to Tailfeather? She must know where her Tailfeather is. There we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Okay. Outside Tailfeather. Okay, thank you. I don't need to keep talking to her like 4 times just to travel between... oh my god, Reaper! Yeah. I will figure out my buttons eventually. Mostly not though, probably. Like on main, it's like 79 still. I always imagined the first time I set foot upon Dravonian soil would be at the head of an army. Here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting a sail to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them. And for a long time after that. Here was one with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of the implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side she fought in service to that greater good, even unto her dying breath, and while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. Yes, much, Master Alfino, yet who can say what might come to pass? Should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course, we must press on to annex Trine. You'll follow me. Where's the... Oh, okay, it's at Annex Shrine. Boom. Upstairs even? Okay. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of a sail. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I come as an envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war, but now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his Knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Dradatusker, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal this truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azer Dragoon, and a sail. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as the sail once did. We must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people, in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I could not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years of war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Ah, fear not, knight. Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. So soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. That is kind of fast for a dragon, huh? Bye, Vincent. I will probably forget to summon you until I've already killed something for the main story. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I'm surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons, but you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fear for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no grave matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alfino. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. Did I read that? I don't know if I read that right. Yay. Hey, I know that person. So, it would seem we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I should be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is rendezvous with Yastrella in Idleshire. Prepare thyself, Alfino. Prepare yourself. A striking opportunity. Oh, that's the yeah. What is it? Earth, Sea, Sky or something? Ah, Cedric, 'tis good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well as can be expected, she must discuss Sir Emmerich's proposal with Thrace Vagar, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlene guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. There's all kinds of stuff unlocked here. Disarmed. Google Library. Fires. Can I even win it? I can! Wow, what a miracle. That's the, yeah. Bum, bum. You ready, Afino? Are you prepared for your destruction? Do, 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 do.
I'm terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
No problem.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part.
Do I?
A pleasure to meet you at last, sir.
I look the part?
And who is that I spy but young Alphino Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Miss Kryle and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
Uh-huh.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies.
Dang.
Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Kryle.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
I mean...
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking.
Get wrecked off, you know.
Right, on to more pressing matters. finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
It was quite some time, long time ago by this point, right?
What are you waiting for?
Calm down, Effina.
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Oh.
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Sure. Overgrown imp. Let's open this, I think. I should hit that stuff, but at the same time, I just can't care anymore. Like, fine. Oh, what? Are you serious? I missed like that little speck right there. Okay. It's really interesting to be back here after seeing old Charlian. Bottom. Alright. We're here. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? I have heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured they are all true, this way, and have care where you tread. Somebody just arrived there for the first time. Dun dun dun. Dun, dun.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Both.
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out.
Yeah.
And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya.
I'm gonna bring this up a while.
Of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
This should be fine.
Baldessian, you say? Oh, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Wow.
Croyle, you too possess the echo.
Well, yes, of course I do.
Of course. As if that's a normal, natural thing to happen.
Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Heidelin and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us.
Oh, okay. So all the
In
students
the course of these studies,
have the
I
echo.
met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the science of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
That would be excellent.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Eventually. Don't worry about it.
The nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
Looks like the original Crystals of Light. Final Fantasy. The one.
Souls blessed with the power of the echo invariably appear.
Oh.
To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light.
So,
But as
we
her
should all have one, right?
wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
Oh, interesting.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
That makes sense.
No two manifestations of the echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even.
Oh.
Traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola.
Oh.
Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Nice.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som-Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Bye. Thanks for letting us use your thing. We're done here. Bye. Quite outside of Tailfeather. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Cry. I've already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. Oh. This is impressive. You drew him from memory. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. Alright. Keep your secrets then. I propose we split into two pairs. Erstola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments while Cedric and Cryo question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Ast Voth and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Fine. Why, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Oh, spilling the beans. Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you're finished making your rounds. Okay. Hey, what? Started moving too fast. Searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look then. Start this then. No, I ain't seen him around, sorry. Oh, okay. But in here. Boss. You're the boss, right? I think. What's it you got there? A sketch? Yeah. Can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior? I heard the tale the other day about a Hiren vagabond who brought down a bandersnatch by himself, and with style. The way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? It sure does. It sure does. Grimald. A Hiren man? We're not exactly rare, you know? Could you be more specific? Here's a very detailed drawing. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The latter was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? Doubting he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Axe? Finished. In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Over here, looks like. It's a pretty big mountain. Ba, 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 ba. My apologies for late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not for so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Hiren hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though none chance to see the man's face, his height and build match Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. We heard the same thing. So you've heard the same tales, but be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement. It seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You're implying that Thancred sent a Vath to market in his stead? Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Alfino. Is it now? Alfino, forget. You might want to forget. Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. Stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us. No? Yeah. Quite right, Cryo. Quite right. Bum 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 bum. Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Lost Asfoth. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone. Come along. Yes, do distract from the fact that you said you saw Ystrola naked. And you would never forget it. Oh, hey, a Vista. Look out. Yay. More XP than the quests have given me. Do, 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 do. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Lost Asfoth. What do you seek this day? A guy? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. This guy. How curious, the hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? No, he's not prey, but a friend long missing. Good. He is a friend to the Vath as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Truly, and you're quite certain it was this man? There's no doubt. The flesh and clothes and skins came to us from Samal, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Lost Nath not long ago, when he heard that one mind had summoned our god once more. Oh. Ravana has returned? Vidofnir did say that the Nath had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Editor, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Go, great hunters, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Thancred. Coming. On my way through. Pretty sure it told me I joined that fate after I had left that fate already. It looks all stinky. Oh, it's fighty time. Aha. Uh-oh.
Who else could be? Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
Not quite. It's the Warrior of Darkness and a group of people. That's not how the mechanics work. Mysterious. Huh? Oh. I see. Contrive psychic power time. Did I turn this on?
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea.
Right. Oh. Everybody?
It's a wonder you didn't come sooner. What with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Rude. Come on, man.
Care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
Oof. You guys are rude. Come on, man. What kind of group has 2 tanks, though? You're not a full party. You're short on deep. Oh. Oh, oh. Ah. Super cringe, Bankrid. Super cringe. It's a little big to be called a knife, too. It's like a Warcraft rogue using a dagger and a sword offhand. Or a sword main hand and a dagger offhand.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt. But so be it.
He's on our side, sorry. Why aren't I doing anything?
Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Fine, fine. Whatever.
Warriors of darkness? Really?
Right? Hey, Tankard. You gotta shave, man.
Thancred, are you all right?
pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Yeah, okay. A little slow, a little late. Okay. Man, that's only like... Okay. No problem.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
Right.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
What?
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the altogether. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hide. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Probably.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke.
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement.
No, sure. Refinement.
From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
Yeah, that was me. Don't worry about it.
Whence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more?
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Hmm. Mysterious
yes.
group.
The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
Sure seemed that way.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
Mm-hmm. A bit complicated. Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down Primals. Despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause? I recall no such adventures, and I would not soon forget their like. Nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Thancred found Cedric. Ah, the memories. Seems like only yesterday you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling in the land slaying primals without our knowledge, which would imply gross negligence on our part. A little bit. Speculation will avail us not. There's far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. If Adolfinir must be informed, the news may render her more receptive to Sir Emmerich's invitation. Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Cedric. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Basically, everybody's missing thing. Everybody. Except what you see here. Speak to Vidofnir. There's the hole. Yeah, Vidofnir. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it is not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Druvana, who had been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hand. Another? Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter. I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation. As promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream. Yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned. For redemption she sacrificed, became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe, such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Amaric's invitation? Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer, and will convey your words to our allies without delay. Nod. Dun dun dun. It's happening, Assail. Would that you were here to see it. Ba, 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 ba. Oh.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
Okay, I do remember this.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
Aren't you wearing like a full set of armor?
Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Ugh. Is this junk anyway? Max I-3 and max push. Okay. I can buy stuff now for level 60, but I'm level 70. I can do the trading into this stuff here too. Oh wait, what? Can wear this mask? I don't have any of it unlocked. I won't be able to like. Goodness. Even just that mask. What? Just that mask is great stuff. I can get. I don't need Shire gear. Doesn't look bad, but I don't need it at all. What's the prototype? Oh yeah, because that's Savage, right? Oh, black and white. Oh, that's black and white set's pretty nice. Let's see. Maiden gear. Primal gear. Oh, the slipstream. Okay. The slipstream stuff is up. Prototype. Oh yeah, okay. Of course. This is the Savage stuff. Alright. Anyway. Moving on. Right, let us not keep Sir Emmerich waiting. Pretty quite well, Thancred. Yes, quite well. Forgive me. You have given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Asgardians and Dravanians and our friends nowhere to be found. It would seem there is no end to our troubles. We can but face from them head on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our Lada test and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Ida and Papalymo and Minfilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough. You may be rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. Still thinking about how I'm going to set this up, actually. If these go here, this can stay here, goes here. I'm not gonna, and there's not enough. Really not enough space. For everything I want to do. There's so many buttons for each single target. Okay, yeah, never mind. Do it. This is more of a cooldown than anything else. I'm really gonna have to figure this out eventually. This, that, oops. What if I go like this? So slice here, Q. I want to mess around with it. 6. Man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. They've returned. In this, at least, the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Emmeric's invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What? What happened? Will he live? The Chargers tell me he'll make a full recovery. But had Lord Edmund and Lord Artoria not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land a telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been doused in the fires, but for every one we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. It is plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Till they've been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Absolutely. Then let us be about it. Primal accessories spending. Bum bum bum. Flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise location where the fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city in both the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it would best divide our forces. Master Alfino and Mistress Ashtola? I'd have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. As you wish. Mayhap Tatru can be of assistance as well. Me and Cedric and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred of the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you, my lady. I'll bet. The name's Hilda. A scion, eh? And there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. Okay. Well, we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passerby. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. We already know everybody like that, though. Oh, aye, the infamous Lord Emmanuel de Fortin, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion. Cedric. He'll bid the crozier, most like, making an effort to be seen. Let's go and see him. Grizzled I'll accept, but old? Ugh. How old is he? I don't know how old Thancred's supposed to be. Agnes Grimhammer. Well, if it isn't Cedric, dearest of all of my friends, you're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old boy? Ah, yes, the arsons. Dreadful business, that. And awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the Hopland is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Emmeric's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you're thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hopland. While you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. Nah, stay here, man. Wait a moment, I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice. Oh boy, I'll have you know, my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, it will help you to prove the purity of my intentions. I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Mine. Never mind, for our next step I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question refugees in the Hopland, Cedric, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what, I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. Where are these people at? Up there. Okay. Best. I guess there. Okay. We'll do something a little crazy. But dude, I should set it to the same one. Stun, whatever. Stun, go over here. Get out of here. That's that. This is. The problem is, there's two of them for here. For target. And there's three of these. There's. I'm going back, I guess. I'm dead. There's just way too many buttons. I don't know how I want to set it up at all. Wait, this can still be open. That can still be open. This can be over here. Let's flank. Maybe if I do these. I'm gonna keep messing with it, I'm sorry. That over here. This is. You go over here or something. The only thing is these here. Like this. Rule of death, and then can go back over here. Go there for now. That can go there. I'll figure this out later. Oh no, that's 90. Yes. Oh, but I also need that to go somewhere. Which of, this is the one. Oh, avatar attack. So it's like these. I'll refine it later. Put these down here. I can use those buttons sometimes. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere. It was so hot and I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all? Melee. Melee. Ah. Come, my brothers and sisters. There's food and shelter enough for all in the basilica. Alone's blessings be upon you, Father. I confess we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days, and the Archbishop, about the Archbishop and Sir Emmerich and the Dravanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Excuse me? Do you require succor as well, sir? No. I hear you lying over here, though. So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. That's not suspicious at all. Not at all. Not at all suspicious, right? Bum, bum. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, and I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. So the church is the savior of everybody, huh? The church is helping you, huh? The church, yeah. Oops. Can I can't get up over that, right? Why are you such a pain in the butt, Ishgard? I'm gonna break this button. Oh, there you are. Anything to share? We require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including one near St. Raimondaud's Cathedral and another near the Tribunal. For mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists could try to fail so miserably on the two occasions when their target was a bastion of Ishgardian orthodoxy. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alphinaud would doubtless have an opinion. Yes. Passing strange, right? That the place is not hurt where the church place is. I ran right by it. Where you at, Alphinaud? Over there. Maybe, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be less often stuff. Yeah. That's much better. Much better already. Ba-dum-bum. Silence will avail you not, sir. Oh, busted in the act, huh? Ah, Cedric. I was just about to summon you. As you can see, I've detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it. You've got the wrong man. Oh, really? My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose, but tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these highborn types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. Whoops. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I left it behind, tried to, with all my heart. Said my prayers every day like a good man, but he came to me. He came to me. And there you have it. Hilda, would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. Hilda. That was incredible, Thancred, but how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before, a troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world, as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at least confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak. Though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master, he will soon tell us what he knows, one way or another. Part of the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artwell, are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emmerich in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring this salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. My lord Artwell did not seem to be in the best of spirits. It is little wonder, Master Alphina, his father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. Yeah.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
We talked to one. Oh, he's walking.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Right.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change.
Right.
When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
Excuse me, what?
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond.
Interesting. Interesting.
They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Hmm?
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Yeah. I guess it's my turn.
Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
Dun, 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 dun.
At once, Lord Commander.
Time to do some work.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Really now?
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Aquarel. To arms then, friends. Time is against us.
All right. What is that? Oh, it's yeah. Republican signifiers fingerless gloves. Okay. Man, those are nice. Will I PvP though? Ha 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 ha. No. Crucial. Most likely not. And not on an alt anyway. If I'm gonna gain those kind of rewards, I'm gonna do it on main. Ooh, sparkly fight time. See if I can work out these buttons as I wish to. This is, I don't know. It's not that useful. Harp is not good at damage. Listen, well, we enter the Basilica silently via this gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true brothers of the faith are unknown. I am told one claimed to have served under Thordan the Seventh. Might the same be true of the rest? One second. Given the swiftness with which they seize control of the vault, I think it highly likely, yes. Which means that they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artuero, you are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter, my shield will not break. Alone as my witness, we will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. Okay, once again. Okay. Boom. Remember, saving the hostage 6 presidents overall, else mind your text and subdue the enemy quickly. Okay. Oh, I love it. Are you injured? Bless you. You must hurry. The others were taken elsewhere by Sir Simeonard. Sir Simeonard? So this is indeed the work of the Archbishop's former servants. On your guard, they've sounded the alarm. I will hold the entrance and look after this one. Now go. You're not living long enough for me to get used to my skills. Secure the hostage, Cedric. Leave the others to us. Okay.
Down with you!
Right. No? Okay. Is it over? You're safe. Going out. They took the others somewhere. It all happened so quickly. There they are. Let none escape. Excuse me. But you're gonna die. Yeah, this is working out just fine. So far. Buttons that is. Sir Simeon, distracted. Sir Simeonard, lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you'll be shown mercy. I give you my word. Ah, the word of a heretic and a kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. What are these machines? They're not Magitech. Unlike you, Sir Emmerich, I am a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive of the Fury's judgment. So this is to be a trial, then? Lord Artuel, Cedric, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Simeonard. Okay. Let's go, Artuel. Can I really not help you, though? Where are we going? We go this? Where do we go? Oh, here we go. Busted. Where's the next set? There must be others nearby, but where? That's the question. Greater Kinslayer, by what sorcery do you yet stand? Enough. All of you attack. Oh no. There we are. Oh yeah, I'm forgetting about this. Where's the other one? Okay, good for you. Eat this then. One day, I swear you will. Nope. I don't think so. You took melee. You must hurry. The priest took melee upstairs when he saw you kill his men. Have no fear, child. We will save your friend.
Where is he? Where is he?
Upstairs. Uh-oh.
Come no closer.
This is exactly how a priest would act, isn't it? The evangelical types, anyway.
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father mother's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
Ugh. Ugh. Creepy. Oh no. Ah.
What? But I...
Hmm? Take as much as you. The Duffner. Perfect timing. Cute.
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Right?
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee.
Oh, really? Why me? What's up?
I bear a message from my sire.
Uh-huh.
From Freysfelder.
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
They're not coming here. Where are they going?
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
That's right.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers?
Well, it's really tough to say, isn't it?
After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause.
Yeah.
I share your desire for a lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own.
Very fair.
I see much of horsifying you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Wow.
Lord Edmund.
Oh. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. Well, time scarcely does it justice, but 1 moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harbor doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Emmerich's words. Well, it is only meet that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Forton's Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. Come on, but Cedric, I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? Something seems off. So you sense it too. A subtle change, imperceptible to most. I myself did not notice it at first, but upon closer examination I saw that his etheric flow had been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate aether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Okay. Right then, I should be on my way. Cryo may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Six is so far away.
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
How's it going, boys?
We were afraid you might have left.
Oh.
A shield, my lord?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue. But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house.
Hmm? Why is that?
Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Oh.
Surely there must be another way to convince houses Durandare and Zemail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge.
Hmm.
Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread.
Hmm.
Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
I see where you're coming from. A knight lives to serve.
You sound just like him. Aye, I suspect that is what Horchefon would have said. To aid those in need.
Right.
When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You were a brother to Horchefon. Will you be a brother to me as well?
You know it, man.
Come, Manalaine. There's much to be done. For father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard.
You've got work to do, bruh. Bye.
To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
Okay, and there we have 3.1. I don't know. Oh, what? Where are you studying, Orange? This is thy proof, the Gerun oracles, Apocrypha. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning and the path we have been set upon. Oh, it's the library. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. Garleans are no exception, nor the Triad. You know what must be done. Ho 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 ho. Ah, yes. Okay, I was trying to remember when this happened. Well, everyone has their orders. The mass will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them. I fear it will be bloody. By Ragger, it had better be. We cannot stay here forever, Ida. We have other responsibilities. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them. Every one. They're up to something. But they're okay. They're up to something, but they're okay. 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 That is 3.1. Yay. And it's right on time once again. So... yeah. Yeah, that's 3.1. I will do 3.2 from the start next time. So, I will see you then. Have a good night. Have a good time. Have fun. Good luck on whatever you're going to do. See you next time. Bye-bye.